We're with these avid swimmers, diving in to find out the truth about foods that seem healthy, but are they really? From snack to cereal aisles, we've heard about 5 popular products making big, bold claims. So we're putting them to the test.
13 grams of protein. I really like this one.
Because it has the fruit enlarged on the front of it.
Really good. Lots of fiber, 20%.
And it's 21% of a daily value of fiber. Wow.
Hey, Stefania, how are you? How are you?
But first, it's time to shop with a dietary pro.
So what we're looking for today is misleading marketing and how some people look at products and think, wow, these are better than the rest. Okay, let's go shopping. All right.
Stefania Palmieri is a registered dietitian.
It's got the blueberries, it's got the blackberries, high in fiber. Look at that last box on the shelf. Yeah, I want to focus on their high protein. Find our next one. Just down here, if you'll notice, they're actually in the chip aisle. Okay, veggie, that sounds good. Okay, throw it in the cart, let's go. Who wouldn't want a high fiber brownie? Gets things moving, right? Absolutely. Is this too good to be true?
Stefania says all of our picks have something in common, a health halo.
Health halo is basically the perception that a food is better than it says it is with very little evidence to back that up.
First up, these Sensible Portions veggie straws. The name itself implies lots of veggies, and the company says it's a better-for-you snack. These swimmers seem to think so too.
The colors would indicate for me carrots, peas, vegetables. Yeah.
Exactly, that's the impression that they get. But if we took a closer look on the ingredient list, you're going to notice that they're not too far off your standard brand of potato chip. If you're eating these, should you be eating something else instead? I wouldn't rely on this for your vegetable intake, that's for sure.
Dr. Robert Lustig agrees.
First of all, 240 calories. Okay? I don't know of any vegetable that has 240 calories.
He's a childhood obesity expert and an endocrinologist.
Potato starch and potato flour, what's a vegetable about that? Number 2, it has sugar in it. If it's a vegetable, probably shouldn't have sugar.
It's kind of disappointing.
Vegetable straw, potato starch, potato flour. So essentially, they're just potato straws.
We asked the company behind these straws about its veggie claims, but they declined to comment. From veggies to fruits, next up, Welch's mixed fruit snacks.
They're really good. I feel everyone loves eating them.
These are good.
What do you notice about this box?
Fruits everywhere right off the bat. Real fruit.
The company's website says they put the fruit in fruit snacks.
First of all, fruit puree
First ingredient.
is not fruit. As soon as you take a piece of fruit and put it on the stove and boil it, you have basically changed its properties. You have gotten rid of the fiber in order to make that puree. So this is actually just concentrated sugar, with a fruit flavoring, of course.
Welch's has been in the news before over U.S. lawsuits about their real fruit claims, but those were dismissed or settled. Look at the fine print. Not intended to replace fresh fruit in the diet.
Parents think they're giving their kids maybe a healthy alternative?
In fact, they're not. And the way you can tell that is because of the sugars on the side of the box. 10 grams. This is nothing but a candy and should be advertised as such.
A not-so-sweet surprise for these swimmers.
Not intended to replace fresh fruit in the diet.
What do you think about that?
It seems a little hypocritical. Ripe fruit is our #1 ingredient and have that on the side.
Well, I'm a bit confused, Welch's, about the branding and what it actually has. You gotta make this a bit healthier if you want to advertise it as the fruit snacks.
Welch's stands by their label, saying this is made with real fruit, and says their customers know it's not intended to replace fresh fruit in the diet.
And it's not the only label that looks like the product is loaded with fruit.
It's made with blueberries and blackberries.
7.5 servings per bottle. Wow.
Take a look at this Bolthouse Blue Goodness juice with 7.5 servings of fruit and 21% of your daily fiber.
says it's 100% fruit juice, so I would think from that you're not getting anything added in it.
But the fiber in there is added with a supplement called inulin.
The fiber source is not naturally occurring from a whole blended fruit.
Oh, wow, well, that's pretty terrible. I mean, you think over here it's all like fruit stuff.
And Stefania says much of that color is also an additive.
In addition of extra blue pigment to keep the product looking the way that it does. Is it good for you?
No. This is a sugar bomb, is what this is. They're trying to make you think that this is from fruit, therefore it's healthy. Eat a fruit.
As for that claim about the 7.5 servings of fruit in this, Bolthouse is busted on that too. As of 2019, Canada's food guide no longer classifies juice as a serving of fruit because it's now considered a sugary drink.
So we asked Bolthouse about this. They say starting next year, it won't be on the label anymore. Bolthouse says it adds inulin for the fiber benefits and tells us that they use juice from concentrate to keep the product affordable.
Up next, Fiber One brownies. The company says its bars are baked naturally with 5 grams of fiber, and that fiber never tasted so good. Denny Ogarande looks for healthy snacks with added fiber all the time.
I'm gonna be nosy and ask to see what's in your cabinets. Can you show me?
Yeah, absolutely.
She has irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS. She's tried all kinds of products for their fiber content, but to her surprise, products like this weren't helping.
This is the type of fiber that not only wouldn't help me, but would actually make my symptoms worse.
That's because this product also has the fiber supplement inulin.
For someone at least like me who has my type of irritable bowel syndrome, it would just make me feel pretty awful.
Might be okay for some. For others, it could cause discomfort.
What we know about inulin is it's something we call a fermentable fiber. Our gut bacteria love to eat from it. And for some people, particularly those, let's say, with irritable bowel syndrome, they find that they overproduce gas from this product. Let's take a look here. If you're looking at the first ingredient, they're using enriched wheat flour, which is white flour. And then the second ingredient is inulin, which is a fiber supplement. And then the third ingredient is icing sugar. Is it a cookie? Essentially, with a fiber supplement added to it. So what I encourage families to do is see if you can do your own baked goods at home. You can use whole grains like oats or whole grain flour as the basis that have more fiber. The company behind Fiber One, General Mills, says they're following Health Canada's rules. They clarify that not all of the fiber comes from inulin, some comes from sugarcane.
So I think having greater transparency about what is actually in all of the food that people are eating and focusing more on that would be helpful.
Now that Denny's changed her diet, she can get back to doing what she really loves. Which one of these products raises the most red flags for our experts?
Claims like that tell the consumer that this is okay, that it normalizes it, that this is fine to do.
We'll tell you coming up on Your Marketplace. Get more Marketplace. Sign up for our weekly newsletter at cbc.ca/marketplace. This is Your Marketplace. We're on the lookout for lousy labels. Flagging foods that our dietary experts say fall under a health halo. They may look like a good choice, but when you dig into their healthy-sounding claims,
It might have you rethink your decision.
this juice, these fruit snacks, brownies, and veggie straws. Our experts worry about this label the most. Meal replacement Vector, usually found in the cereal aisle, geared towards athletes and for anyone looking to boost protein.
What do you notice about what it's high protein? Is that something you think a lot about? Definitely. I try to put as much protein in like every single meal because that makes us feel good in the meal.
When I say high protein, and I was working out a lot, and it was an easy breakfast, so I'd always eat this.
Vector came out almost 25 years ago with slogans like Fuel Up and ads featuring athletes, often promoting its high protein and micronutrients.
Fuel Up.
Why do you pick this?
For the protein, really. I don't have any dairy. I have it on its own.
But get this, most of that protein isn't coming from Vector itself.
A big claim on the Vector, obviously. Big font, high protein. What are we really looking at here?
Well, I'd even flip that question back to you. As an average consumer, as a mom, where do you think that protein is coming from?
I'd say it's in the box. 13 grams of protein in this box. My teenager's putting it in his bowl. He's eating it up. I'm thinking, done.
For a serving of Vector as stipulated on the box, there's about 5.7 grams of protein, which is different than the 13 grams advertised on the front. So in truth, the 13 grams of protein is really coming from when the cereal is combined with cow's milk.
And our experts tell us Vector without milk has about the same amount of protein as many other cereals. Still, Health Canada, which oversees labels, allows the claims on all these labels. But the CFIA tells us if customers feel misled, they can file a complaint.
What they're doing is they're adding the milk to tell you how much protein.
Can you do that?
Apparently they can.
I eat this a lot, actually, and I've never thought to look at the side, but wow.
They should have like a thing over here, like something you say like with milk.
Vector does have this mark on the front, near that 13-gram claim. But the swimmers tell us it's easy to miss.
So I guess this isn't the best option for high in protein.
We asked Kellogg's about this claim. They say Vector is a meal replacement, not a cereal, so they follow those rules. Kellogg says they voluntarily included protein information with and without milk. Still, experts say it's not enough.
Claims like that tell the consumer that this is okay, that it normalizes it, that this is fine to do.
But these athletes have their own messages for the companies.
Do a better job.
When you go to the store and you want a healthy option, that should be accessible for them. It should be something easy for you to get.
I'm not a food scientist. I'm not a high school student, you know? I should not have to do this much research. You know, I'm not CBC Marketplace.